Hey there, welcome. My name is Melissa and I get to take you this whole week through my week one of half marathon training. So, I will do like 3 days of actual running and then 2 days are like cross training. So you saw this morning I did Pilates. I can't remember if the other one is Pilates or like strength training. But yeah, the real main focus for this week one is when I need all the encouragement and accountability and just kind of like I want to build that momentum and build those habits so that I can get through the next few weeks. I have been a little bit off track lately with my nutrition. Knowing that this was coming, I kind of had that like, I'll start Monday attitude and took advantage of that. And so I'm desperate for just to get back on track and start feeling really good. I want to feel good. That's kind of the whole point of this. Actually, there's kind of like 3 reasons, okay, why I'm doing this half marathon. Number one is I will be 36 next month, and actually I'll link my intro video because if you haven't seen that, I do kind of explain a little bit more about Christopher and I are waiting right now to adopt and very excited to grow our family in that way, but it is like a lot of patience is required for this. Like, I don't know, it's been a couple years so far and who knows how long it could be. But yeah, it's been a little bit test of patience, and then I just feel like my birthdays are a little bit more emotional now because every time that I get a little bit older, it's silly. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number, but I'm also human and I just feel like, oh no, I'm too old, and that's silly. But in all of that, I thought, you know what, for my 36th year, I want to be my healthiest self. So I really want to focus, just do something new, do something that's a challenge for me, and do something that I can accomplish and feel proud of. So that's kind of the first reason. The second reason is that Chris, my husband, does actually enjoy running. He has run, it's been like 3 years, and he has done a couple marathons. He's done a lot of half marathons and 10Ks, things like that. So everyone has always asked like if I wanted to run with him, and I haven't, which brings us to the third reason, which is that I've always told him, if you want me to run with you, you gotta give me Disney. Like Disney and running, sure, I can do that. You know, we'll run for Disney. That's my motto. And so it was kind of like a compromise. We were going to do a Run Disney event, and then it sold out literally the minute before it was gonna be my turn. It sold out. And so we kind of compromised. We're gonna do the 10-mile Run Disney race in April, but then we're also gonna do this. It's in Celebration, Florida, so it's really close, and we'll probably stay on property and do like the Disney Springs and things like that. So my will run for Disney still holds true. We just might not do the parks, and the race will not be, hosted by Disney, but it will be in Celebration, which is gonna be really cute and pretty, and I'm excited to see that and check out that little area. So this morning I did my Pilates workout. I so far have been on perfect nutrition, which just means I ate my breakfast and my lunch that I had planned. I'm almost done with my electrolytes, gotta get in my waters. And yeah, just stay focused and stay motivated on why I'm doing this. I really wanna feel good and have energy. I wanna be a fun parent and an energetic parent and a great spouse and just a good friend, and I want to have, a full life, and that is what I'm focusing on right now. Starting with this week one of running. There we go. Good morning. So last night, or yesterday, I guess, was a really good day. I was able to do all the things that I needed to for nutrition. I got my good, workout in. I even at work, I had I have like an hour sometimes where I'm just covering the phones. So it's a little bit slower. And I used to like pace around in the lobby just to get some like steps in and just move my body. And then I got out of the habit of doing that. And so yesterday I did that again. It just feels good because I don't know how much it really does for me, but it's better than just sitting, you know? So, and that's in fact, I'm getting my shoes on right now, my on clouds, because I have like maybe 15 minutes before I need to get ready for work this morning. And I just thought, you know, I'm going to start like, I just need to walk. Because sometimes I sit and I'm kind of like still like waking up in the morning and I can scroll on my phone, or I can just go and actually like move my body a little bit instead of just sitting on the couch. So that's what I'm gonna do. Had a great breakfast this morning, read my Bible. I did do my Duolingo. I forget the exact day, but I'm over 600 right now for my streak. So now I'm gonna just go and get a few steps in before work, and then I will see you this afternoon. All right, well, hello. It's now the afternoon, so on Tuesdays I work just until 1, which is perfect because now I get to make my lunch. That's what I'm working on, cutting up some potato for some fries. And then I'll be able to do my workout. Today's actually a running day. So I'm supposed to run 30 minutes. It's just 30 minutes. It doesn't matter how far it is. But to get ready for this training block, I didn't want to just start from nothing. So I have been running over the last couple months. I actually did one of those like couch to 10K training things, and it had me doing run walk. So I would run for 3 minutes and walk for 1. And I actually really liked that. I'm just gonna predict right now, my dog's gonna whine for potatoes. They love potatoes. Yeah, here comes the other one. But I really love doing the little, because then it's like you don't have to worry about the whole thing. You're just thinking about the one interval that you're in. But ideally, I think my goal for this half marathon would be to run the whole thing. I think that's, in my mind, that's the accomplishment that I want to achieve. So I'm like, okay, does that start today? Do I run the full 30 minutes? I don't know. I'm sure I've done that before. I've done a 5K before without walking. So I'm sure that I can. That's gonna be the mental challenge. And that's when I watch my vlogs on YouTube, which is what sort of got me thinking, I love these so much, I enjoy them, why don't I start my own channel too? Because it's just something fun and it's just distracting and you're just like hanging out with people without having to talk. Because I can't talk while I'm running, at least not yet. That is goals, but I'm not there yet. So I'm gonna make my lunch and then that's the next thing basically, is do my run number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go run. I'm running downstairs in our basement. It's an unfinished basement. There's terrible lighting and there's no cute angle, but it's fine. I'm just warning you. My goal, I heard like my schedule was to run at 2 and it's now like 2:45. So my bad. I had to make my lunch, eat my lunch, and then I like to drink a pre-workout. And so I was doing like chores and laundry while I was drinking it. And I think because of that, I drank it so slow. But that's okay. I'm doing it now. I'm gonna go run. I'll see you in half an hour. Okay, I should not even show you this. I'm a sweater. But anyway, I just finished my run. I did a little bit over 3 miles. So my pace was 9:51 a mile. I'm fine with that. My goal was like to be under 10. I did not stop and walk even once, so I'm proud of that. Yeah, it went well. Disneyville podcast. What was I gonna say? Oh, I thought of 2 things that I forgot while I was running. First of all, I always forget to take off my makeup before I run. I know I'm gonna sweat. Why do I do that? And then I'm wiping it off and wiping it like on my clothes. Not a big deal, but anyway, I should wash my face first And then also my watch band, I got like a fabric one because I was reacting to the metal on my other one. But like for my workouts, again, I know I'm gonna sweat. I need to trade that out for the like rubber or silicone, whatever it's called, watch band. Why do I keep forgetting? But anyway, I'm very pleased with that run and I got it done. So that was good. I felt really good about that. All right, I am just checking in. I didn't really have a lot to show for today. So it's Wednesday evening right now. Wednesday and Thursday are my 2 rest days. So like today I did get steps before work and even at work. That was good. But other than that, I just didn't have a lot to show. I'm sorry. But yeah, this week has been really good. I've been sort of a little hungrier at times. And I just know that's because that's good because it means like my body's like, oh, whoa, this is different. And I need it to be different because last week, or the last 2 weeks really, I was eating too much. So it's okay for my body to feel that and to adjust and to kind of get used to eating the way I should be. But my energy I think has been up. I don't know, maybe I felt a little crabby today. So maybe that was because I was hungry. I don't know. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I've been planning ahead for some of the times that might trip me up. So I get snacky in the evenings. And so instead of trying to make that harder on myself, I've tried to make it easier by saving some of the food for my day, for the evenings. So I've been doing, I have a Ninja Creamy. Maybe I'll show you that. But I have a Ninja Creamy that I use. I can just make like, instead of a protein shake, I can do it like, it basically turns into like ice cream texture, which I've really enjoyed, and save some of my like fruit for the evening and things like that. If I need to, I can make some decaf. I kind of play these little tricks with my mind, or with my taste buds. I don't know, where if I have something in my hands and I'm kind of sipping on something, I don't feel as snacky, or I'm not as tempted to go and like graze through the kitchen, So that's what I've been doing and it's been going well. I am very pleased, and I mean, we're only halfway through week 1, but I'm happy so far. Hello friends, happy Friday. I knew my dogs were gonna start, hey, no. Yeah, you, no. Where was I? Okay, I haven't seen you since Wednesday, because yesterday was just kind of the same thing as Thursday. It was a rest day, but my nutrition was on point. Yeah, had a little bit of hunger here and there, but nothing crazy. Actually, right now I'm on my way to get my groceries for next week. So that's like a huge piece of this. Like if I'm gonna eat well, I gotta prepare well. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that and then I'm ready to do my run. Today it's just a 30-minute run. Nothing crazy. I'm excited about that, excited to push, and like I'm always ready on Friday to move my body again because I have my rest days back to back. Just what I have to do with my work schedule, but I am ready. And then I'll take you with me. I think tonight we're gonna go to, this is a little behind the scenes, Chris and I, for last like 2 years maybe, we've gone and we do monthly goals instead of like a yearly resolution kind of thing. And so every month we like to go out either to a coffee shop or dessert place and just kind of reflect and be intentional about our marriage and our life and our finances, and yeah, just kind of set our goals. Anyway, we are getting a dessert tonight and it's just one of those things. It's once a month. I'm gonna enjoy myself and live a little, but I'm not gonna let it turn into like a bad day and then just the weekends will wash and we'll just start again Monday and blah, blah, blah. Nope, it's gonna be just tonight, and I'm thankful you guys are with me because you can keep me accountable. It's tonight, I'm gonna enjoy it, and then right back on track with my nutrition and everything tomorrow. Even today, like dessert does not mean that I can eat whatever I want for breakfast or lunch. I stuck to my plan. That's just gonna be a little bit of a bonus. So yeah, gotta go get my groceries and then get this run done. Okay, I forgot to check in with you before I did my run. So groceries had been put away. I did change my watch band, my makeup was removed, and I got a 30-minute workout in. It was really good. I did like 3.2 miles. I think it was like a 9:23 pace, so I'm happy with that for today. Definitely was a little bit tougher than the last time I did, so I wonder if the 2 rest days before this kind of made a difference. I'll keep an eye on that as I go through, but I don't know what I can do different, so I'll just have to play around with that and see what I can do. But hey guys, happy Saturday. Good morning. I'm about to push play on my Pilates workout, but I needed to follow up. I said I was going to bring you last night to our like dessert goals meeting, and then it totally did not go according to plan. We drove all the way there, which it was I think like 40 minutes maybe drive to this place that we really like, that they do great desserts, and they have like, you know, they rotate their menu pretty often, and I'm gonna be honest, we were like looking forward to it all week long, and then we got there, it was like 7:45 at night, and it was gonna be a 45-minute wait just for us to be able to sit and eat dessert, and we didn't love that. But then it was like, we drove all the way here, like what do we do? It was just, we were a mess. So we ended up getting like a cinnamon roll from our grocery store and coming back home to, like, we enjoyed watching Abbott Elementary to kind of like save the night and have some fun, but we still need to set our goals. So we will do that without dessert. Like I said, I'm not gonna let this turn into a whole weekend. So we had our fun last night, and then we'll set our goals separately and it will be great. So at least I'm like feeling good. And I noticed like I stopped eating when I was done. I didn't need to keep going. Sometimes I feel the pressure to like finish my plate or like to eat more because it tastes good, but I know that I don't feel good, you know? So that was good last night. That was a victory that I was able to just kind of be in tune with my body enough that I was like, I'm done. That was plenty. I don't need more than that. So that was good. We're gonna enjoy this Saturday. I'm gonna start with Pilates today. All right, well, I forgot to kind of finish out my Saturday, so I really was happy that I got my workout in today. I like doing strength training. I never want to just run. And by the way, I would love to hear from you. So comment down below if you are a runner, not a runner, like what you like to do, or if you just hate it. I'm curious. I'd love to know what we got out there. I typically do strength training workouts, and I do either like 4 or 5 days of that every week. So it feels weird to like only do 2, but I just am trying to make the most of those 2 days, you know, and really make them count. So we'll see how that goes. Felt really good today to work out, and then I get to do my run tomorrow. I'm saving Sundays for my like long runs, but this is only week 1, so my run is actually just 3 miles, which is what I did the other days. But this one I'll do outdoors. So I'm excited for that, a little bit nervous, but we'll see how I do with running outside instead of on the treadmill. Well, good morning. Hello, friends. I have been all over the place, back and forth about running outside or running inside. I was putting it off, and I realized I was just dreading the going outside, so I finally decided if I just run inside, at least I get it done. Let's just do that. Then I was like, what am I doing? I'm being so silly. I just want to run outside. I said I was going to. Let's just do it. I put sunscreen on my face. I was ready to go. And then I really thought about going outside without like any sort of entertainment. Like I don't want to wear headphones and run by myself. But Chris is busy. And so I'm going to run inside. And I'm just going to do it and get it done. And at least then I got my workout in. I got my run done. And I will do outside later, I promise. But I guess this week is just about getting into the habit and getting the runs done. So gonna go to my treadmill. Sorry. Okay, well, I got it done.
I tried to push myself for speed. I finished in like 28 minutes, and I was watching the treadmill to say that I hit 3 miles, and my watch said only 2.92 or something like that. And I realized I think it's because of that incline. So the treadmill was tracking that, but my watch wasn't. So, oh well, I don't know what I should go off of, but I feel good about that. It was a good workout. So now I just need to eat right the rest of the day, make sure I stay hydrated, and keep focused because week 2 starts tomorrow. So, yay.
All right, hello friends. It is Monday morning. That means we made it a full week together. So thank you for coming and just spending the week with me. There were quite a few times where I think I would have been tempted to either eat something I shouldn't have, or maybe just, not giving my all in the workouts or whatever. And because I knew you were with me, I stayed focused. Even yesterday, it was gorgeous out. It was like such a nice day. Chris drummed at our church, which he usually gets pretty exhausted from that. And so he asked if we could go out for lunch, and I had to say no. And I was so tempted to say yes. It sounded great. We had all the reasons to, but I was like, it is only week 1. If I can't stick to it, stick to my plan for even 1 week, I know that then next week it's going to be even harder, and the week after. So I just thought, if I say no now, I'm setting myself up to make it easier next time, It's like, I know one meal doesn't really matter or not in the big grand scheme of things. Like, that's not the point. It was just kind of more about me practicing self-control, if that makes sense, like kind of strengthening that muscle. I don't know. Anyway, okay. I thought I would share, we haven't talked about this yet, but I am tracking some numbers or some like measurements. So I do weigh myself. Like, let's talk about it, because I know this is like a touchy subject, I think, for people. I really enjoy the scale because it keeps me honest. It's like accountability. I can lie to myself, meaning like, I think sometimes I'll eat something and I'll kind of think like, I don't think that really even mattered. I bet it doesn't even well, I don't know. I can lie to myself, or I'll have a good workout, so then I think that I earned a treat. And the scale keeps me accountable. It's kind of like my body being like, I saw that, when I'm convinced that no, it didn't. I don't know. Am I speaking gibberish, or does anyone relate? Like, I can lie to myself for sure about certain things, or it also just lets me know what's going on. There was a time, I think last year even, I think it was last year, and my mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I don't think I realized in my awareness, like my brain, I hadn't acknowledged that I was stressed about it yet. And I noticed that the scale was not budging, and it kept inching up for no apparent reason. And then it finally dawned on me, I'm stressed. Like, my body is holding on to that weight because that's what it's supposed to do when we're stressed. And I finally acknowledged that, and then I could deal with that and kind of implement some stress relieving habits and things like that. And it was great. The scale really was helpful in that moment. So for me, I like it. I will say the scale doesn't lie, but it also doesn't tell the whole truth. So that number on the scale is just a number, and it's just one piece of information. It's not the whole picture. So keep that in mind too. But so also I have a little smart scale. I'm sure it's not great quality, but I just like to see kind of the other information that it tells me. I'm sure it's not accurate, but it at least tells me if I'm going in one direction or the other, if that makes sense. So drum roll, please. So in week 1, I lost 2.3 pounds. That will not continue. I will not do that again this week, but I just had, I told you I had been eating bad for a couple weeks. I needed to kind of lose that bloat and water weight or whatever and get back on track. My BMI and my body fat percentage both went down little tiny bit. And then I always pay attention to the body age. For some reason, I'm fascinated by that. And let's see, I turned 36 in 9 days. And I really like it when my body age is under 30, but not there yet. Last week it said I was 31, and today it said I was 30. So at least I'm going in the right direction. But anyway, that was my week. I'm very excited. That means I have 17 weeks to go until my half marathon. And I don't think I've told you guys yet, but Chris, he originally signed up for the full marathon, and then he realized he was not going to see me cross my finish line, for my first time ever doing it, no one will be there either, because our family's not going to fly down to Florida with us.
And he was like really upset about that. And he's also just been a little bit exhausted training for his marathon, which is in 2 weeks, I think. So he decided to switch it, and he was able to switch. He'll do the half marathon. I'll let him run at his pace, which will be way faster than me. And then he'll be at the finish line to see me cross. And so that will be kind of fun. It'll be the only time I've never seen him cross the finish line. So I guess it had to be one of us, but he was very sweet to do that. So I'm excited. And yeah, also just want to remind you, go ahead and subscribe. So I'm not going to keep doing a vlog for every single week, but I'm not done sharing my training. So I think I'll give it a few weeks because the next few weeks are kind of the same. I think I'm gonna wait until it's like a little bit more a variety of workouts, and Chris is gonna help me kind of do that to kind of help train. And I don't even know, he's the expert, so we'll let him train and do things, but that'll be in a few weeks. But if you subscribe, we still have some fun content coming out. Chris and I are going to talk all about our Disney, like our love of Disney and our trip so far. We've got that coming. I'm going to share all of my like books that I've read in the last quarter. We have October is really fun. It's my birthday. It's our anniversary. Chris's marathon. We've got Halloween. Like it's just a lot of fun around here. So make sure that you subscribe and stick around. So thank you so much, you guys. You have a good day. Bye.
All right, well, welcome back. Hold on, let me start over.